Evening people, evening, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're bringing you round 3 of P1's pick and mix. So this is just what's been chosen by the drivers at the end of the season. All sorts of chaotic races and chaotic car choices and combinations put together again from drivers' choices. So week 3, we've got 3 races for you tonight. We're starting with race 1, which is going to be the GR2 NSX at Suzuka. We then jump into race 2, which is going to be Porsche 911 GR3s at Daytona. And then race 3 is the Alfa Giuliana at Tokyo, south central counterclockwise central left something SCC, whatever that is. Thank God it's not SPC. So round 3. Hold on. I'm in a jiggle here, peeps, because I'm back on one screen because I've stolen the boys' memory card again, so graphics card again. So I've got to figure out what I'm doing and move my screens about. So let me hide that. Yes, press the right button. So points then leading into week 3. We've got Obi-Wan leading the way with 99 points. Mocking Weeks in second with 85 points. Tyre Slayer in third with 76 points. We've got Manny in 4th with 74 points. Ice Chand in 5th with 73 points. Fudder in 6th with 62 points. We've got Captain Pugwash in 7th with 61 points. P1 Wrecking Ball in 8th with 55 points. We've got P1 Dylan in 9th with 54 points. Campo 71 in 10th with 46 points. We've got Pilgrim in 11th with 42 points. 2 drivers on 30 points. We've got Skippy and Coffin Dodger. So joint 12, both on 30 points. Welly Bob in 14th with 15 points. And Bo Many Numbers in 15th with 9 points. A few drivers short tonight. Christmas parties and things like that. We've got a couple of people ill. Big shout out to the Dodger. He's not feeling well, so he's not racing tonight. Still in practice mode, so yeah, that's still me. Got to press things. So got a bit of an announcement at the end of the stream. It'll just be a little video for you to watch. Just calm down, nothing dramatic. All right. But let's get into the lobby then. So merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of that. If you don't, then don't. Oh, come on. Turn the sound on. Leave it on. There you go. So, who have we got in the room tonight? We have got Skippy, Pilgrim, Campo, Ricky J. We've got Captain Pugwash, Tyre Slayer, Manny, Mocking Weeks, Obi-Wan and Dylan. So 10 drivers on track. Where's Fudder? Where's Fudder? Fudsy. Why can't I see you, Fudder? Fudder was in the lobby. But I think he's had to leave to go and buy the correct car. He turned up in the wrong Honda NSX. So he's had to disappear off to get that, I think, unless he's going to miss out on race 1. So, no, we're not going to track. We're not going to track. We're going to watch Obi-Wan parking up on the grass. Look. You're in the police livery again. Yes, he is. Out track. There we go. This is what we're driving tonight then. Let's have a mosey on around this thing. So that's what we're in. The GR2 NSX for race 1. Loads and loads of aero. Should make sure work of Suzuka really. Big old wing on the rear, pushing these things down. Wow, a lot of drivers. Just getting it wrong and causing chaos. So we've got a couple of minutes left until, about a minute left I think, until the race starts. Captain Pugwash going the wrong way. Okay. Skippy also going backwards. Sure, Captain Pugwash, where is he? Let's get him. Rocking another Christmas themed livery. Merry Christmas from Captain Pugwash. There you go. From him to you and then to the grass. Ho, ho, ho on his rear spoiler. That wasn't so funny, was it? Getting a scent. I don't even know who by now. Right, let's get into race 1 then. No qualifier. Positions are as of race finish positions last week. Probably got that wrong. But we're underway for race 1. No jumpy Porsches in the NSX then. A little bit of bumping and a barging. Who's that though? Skippy not getting a great start. Falls quite far to the back of the field. Oh, he's actually off track just a little bit through there. So Pilgrim rocking the Christmas Coca-Cola livery. Takes the lead then. Ricky into second. Pugwash having a look around the outside, dragging Tyre Slayer along. Whoa, Ricky J gets a swap on, takes out Captain Pugwash, sorry. Oh, there's drivers off all over. Skippy's coming back through. Who's that that ended up off track? It was Campo. The Oreos. Too much for him. So Pilgrim then gets a great bit of a blast down the road. 2.6 seconds to lead as Captain Pugwash just goes off through Degner 2. Slayer in second then, leading this field. Skippy's managed to make his way back through the field after that very poor start. Ended up pretty much at the back of the pack. Drivers off at the hairpin. Obi chasing them down. I've probably not got red and blue lights flashing on that thing. Ricky J 5th, Mocky Week 6th. Manning in 7th, Dylan in 8th, Captain Pugwash 9th. There's Campo trying to get this thing back up to speed. Did hear somebody go off at the hairpin, but that could have been Captain Pugwash, but you're not too far off the back of these boys, so maybe not off, just locking it up on the way in. Pilgrim then through 130R and to Casino Chicanes. Who's lost a lot of that time. We've got drivers off. Who's that? It is Tyre Slayer who's got it wrong. Oh, and he's caught Ricky J and he's caught P1 Dylan. Tyre Slayer causing all sorts of chaos. Ricky J getting tangled up. Campo clear of that, but still a long way down at the minute. This Pilgrim then gets another big chunk of breathing room. 1.9 seconds up the road from Skippy. These GR2s are happier being pressed round the corners and allowing the air flow over the cars to keep them pressed into the track. Obi-Wan into third then. Tricky couple of corners coming up down towards this hairpin. Tyres screeching up. Manny through there cleanly. Mocking Weeks on his tail. Pugwash into 6th then. Dylan 7th. Tyre Slayer in 8th. Got Ricky J 9th and Campo off track again in 10th. This car combination not for him then. Pilgrim just making it work at the minute. He's extended that lead up front 2.7 seconds. Skippy under threat from Obi though. Could be the battle here that's just giving Pilgrim that little bit of a lead. On board with Obi then chasing Skippy up towards 130R. Oh, he's had to run wide through there. Be careful, you don't want to be picking up penalties. Again, all over the back of Skippy through the chicane. Can he get a run on him down this start-finish straight? Skippy gets a better exit out of the chicane there. Obi will get a bit of a tow down here, but it's not going to be enough before turn 1. He's nowhere near close enough. He's going to have to wait. Have to go somewhere else. Skippy's not got that second part of the corner quite right. So now Obi to close right back up on him. Big gaps behind. Is Mocking Weeks then. He's got his way past Manny into 4th, Manny 5th. Dylan in 6th then. Made his way past Captain Pugwash. Captain Pugwash in 7th, Ricky J in 8th. Chased down a little bit by Tyre Slayer. Have you two swap positions? Are you in front, Tyre Slayer? Campo coming in the pits. Possibly to see the end of this race out. Not getting on too well here. Already 41 seconds behind everybody else. He is just going to sit there. Not getting on well with this car and track combo. Again, unlike Pilgrim, look, 5 seconds almost. There it is. As he heads up towards 130 here. Obi has got to move past Skippy then. Gets him through Spoon. Has a little look on the way up to 130R. Obi sticks his car in the middle of the track on the run up there. Not going to make it that easy for you, Skips. Down towards Casino chicanes again. Foot has joined the room a bit late. He's probably spent loads of money on the car that we're now racing in just to not race it. Skippy on the hunt then for that second position back. And he's got his way. Oh, Mocking Weeks has had a terrible incident somewhere. He's gone from 4th to 7th. No damage on his car, but he's been around somewhere. So Manny retakes 4th then. Dylan gets promoted up to 5th. Captain Pugwash into 6th. There is Mocking Weeks. Swearing, no doubt. 11 seconds, 13 seconds slower. Ricky J, Tyre Slayer. Bumper to bumper, almost coming into the S's. Board with Ricky J then, looking back at Tyre Slayer, hunting him down. Just a little kick through there, Ricky J. Tyre Slayer almost pushing him around the second part of that corner. Down towards the chicane then, Tyre Slayer all over him. Looking to run around the outside, get the advantage into the hairpin, which he has just held on to. And he holds it on the way out as well. Tyre Slayer just saw that little advantage appearing. Ricky J leaving the door open on the way into that little right-hander, but again, it's not something that a lot of drivers think about. You have, Ricky J gets a swap on through there as well. A lot of drivers don't think about the run into the corner, so getting yourself up that left-hand side, as long as you can keep the power going around that corner, keep yourself side by side with that driver next to you, it puts you in the perfect spot for the inside line into that next turn. Campo definitely sitting this one out then. So Pilgrim still 4.8 seconds up the road. Obi in 2nd. He's pulled a bit of a gap from Skippy, but he's not really closed that gap down on Pilgrim too much. Halfway through race 1. 3 15-minute races tonight. Skippy holding 3rd. Pugwash actually closing up on him a little bit. They're only 1.7 seconds apart. Dylan's only another 1.5 seconds back. Captain Pugwash a little bit of work to do. 5.5 seconds back in 6th. Mocking Weeks still chasing him down, putting in purple sectors and purple laps. Maybe a little bit too late for Mocking. He's got the rage chasing down Captain Pugwash then, who made a mistake a couple of laps ago. Cost him 3 positions, now hunting down those positions again. Captain Pugwash first of those, now 2.3 seconds up the road. We'll come back and have a look at that. Tyre Slayer then pulls a little bit of a gap over Ricky J, not getting a slipstream now for the Rickster. Okay, Pilgrim losing a little bit of that lead. It's down to 4.2 seconds, so Obi's pulled half a second on him. He's obviously getting a little bit of an advantage having the police livery all over his car. That's probably just meaning that traffic's staying out of his way. Blow through red lights, and he's bringing that time down. Then it just about drops below 4 seconds. It's just teetering on 4 seconds. Just drops below as he hits turn 1. Chases on here then for first. Manny in third. There is Dylan all over the back of him. There's a Skippy. Skippy's made a mistake then. He's lost those 2 positions to Manny and Dylan. Tyres looking a little bit worse for wear on his car. That's Captain Pugwash holding 6, but Mocking Weeks right behind him then. Still a little way down the road from the top 5. That gap opening up as well between Tyre Slayer and Ricky J a little bit. Definitely coming down now then. 3.2 seconds the gap. Inch perfect at the minute for Obi. Found himself with a half a second penalty. He's run himself off track somewhere. It's going to slow him down. I don't think he'll lose a position to Skippy. Carrying far too much speed up there. But will lose a lot of time to Manny. These 3 were quite close. Manny, Dylan and Skippy. But not so much anymore. Then found his way past Captain Pugwash. He was looking for that one. He's a long way ahead of Captain Pugwash now as well. Full 2 seconds, still 5.2 seconds behind Skippy in 5th. Possibly not going to get much more out of this race for Mockin. Tyre Slayer, Ricky J still pretty close together. So any kind of mistake from Tyre Slayer could allow Ricky J to slip into 8th. I don't think he'll get any higher again. Get everybody else just a little bit too far up the road. Pilgrim continues to hold on to this lead though. 3.4 seconds. Got 3 minutes left on the race clock. Not been able to close that gap down really. It's got it back down to 3.2 seconds. He is running out of time now, Obi. And he as well keeps himself out of danger of Dylan. Dylan's still got plenty of space between himself and Skippy. Mocking Weeks is absolutely pressing this thing now. He's brought that gap down from 5 seconds to 2.3 seconds between himself and Skippy. Okay, there might be some little odd tiny mistake from Skippy. Mocking Weeks is definitely pressing this Honda in the last stages of this race. Captain Pugwash about 4.3 behind him. Tyre Slayer 11.7 seconds back, and there's Ricky J still tucked on his rear end, only a second back. Slight mistake. Campo's back out on track. Just doing his final lap. Oof, Pilgrim risking it round there. Tyre wear catching him out a little bit. Still holding 3.6 seconds over Obi though. left on the race timer. Anybody really very close? Mocking Weeks all over the back of Skippy then. His position could be lost here to Mocking. Coming down towards Spoon. Mocking closing up on him. A good exit out of here to get the run up towards 130R. Oh, Skippy runs a little bit deep through there. Is the tow going to be enough up the hill? Don't think it is. Skippy's putting his car in the right place. He's got all the tow in the world at the minute, Mocking, but not enough into 130R. Carries the speed down towards the chicane. Line is just around the corner from this one. It is going to be Skippy that takes it. So the first of the finishers then is Skippy taking 5th. Mocking Weeks comes home in 6th position. Captain Pugwash comes home in 7th. Tyre Slayer still under threat from Ricky J here. He is going to take that 8th. Ricky J takes 9th. Campo's going to come home in 10th. Just wait for the top 3. Still big enough gaps between them, just avoiding any mistakes. Gap has come down there between 1st and 2nd, but again, as long as Pilgrim can put in a clean lap, he should be good. He's still 3 seconds behind him. Manny still another 4.5 behind him. Oh, apologies, I forgot Dylan. Top 4 then. Top 4 we've got to wait to finish. It's reasonably close to Manny, but it's going to take a bit of a mistake from Manny, I think. Just don't get the slipstream up the hill that I thought they would in these GR2s. Cleanly through Spoon then. 30 to go and the chicane. Clean for Pilgrim through there. And he's managed to hold on to 3rd position out of Spoon. Pilgrim, one more corner to go then, and he does take the first win here tonight. There it is. Obi actually comes home with a penalty across there, but he will hold on to 2nd. Manny is going to take 3rd, but Dylan really piling the pressure on right at the end, and he comes home in 4th. We have seen Skippy finish in 5th, Mocking in 6th. Tyre Slayer 7th, Ricky J in 8th, and Campo in 9th. I'm sure I've missed somebody out there. Sure we had 10 drivers. Captain Pugwash in 7th. Tyre Slayer in 8th, of course. Right. So, race 2 coming up. Even I've forgotten what we're racing in now. Come on. There it is, the Porsche 911 GR3 at Daytona. That's what we're racing. So, I'm hopefully, if post services work correctly, getting myself a new graphics card tomorrow, which means I'm going to be playing with all my settings again once that's installed. Because I still don't think the stream looks very good. And I don't know how to make it any better. Like I say, I've gone up in terms of stealing the boys' graphics card. It's a 1660 versus my old 970. So it should be better, but the picture quality doesn't seem to be any better. So I don't know if it's the settings I'm putting in or something. Somebody tried to tell me it was my TV that was affecting it. I can't see that being the problem myself. So, there's results from race 1 then. Pilgrim taking that win. Obi-Wan 2nd, but with a penalty. It's not like you, Obi. Manny taking 3rd. Dylan 4th. Skippy in 5th. Mocking Weeks in 6th. Christmas Pugwash in 7th. Tyre Slayer in 8th. Ricky J in 9th, and Campo finishes us off there in 10th. So we do jump into race 2. So that's going to be, at least mine fits in a rig. What are you lot talking about? Oh, okay, they're calling out Skippy for driving too well. They're accusing him of having a, what's it called? A stand-in. Ringer. Yeah, so in terms of the stream, I'm looking at the stream right now running on YouTube, and it just looks a bit grainy to me. I've got it running in, the stream on YouTube is running at 1080p 60 frames a second, but it just looks grim. So I might have to change all the settings on the graphics card, on the Elgato card and the software and stuff, because it's only been running past that 970, which obviously is useless. So maybe it's still got the 970 settings in it. It's just still rubbish. Looks fine on the TV because it's just coming straight out of a PlayStation into an Elgato and back out, but looks alright on the stream software as well. Who knows? Who knows? So Porsche 911s then at Daytona. I think we've got did I see? Yes, Footer has joined the room and he is in the correct car this time. So yeah, I think race 1 he didn't have the NSX. He did turn up in a NSX, but it was the wrong NSX. So we had to sit out race 1. Here for race 2 though in the Porsches. And we start at 21:28. New graphics card should be here tomorrow, so get to click some settings and jiggle some stuff. So just round the corner then from race 2. Let's see how they get on with these Porsches here at Daytona. Some very, very fast sections, and the infield looks like it might catch them out at some point. We are about to get ready with race 2. Come on, let me in. So Footer on the front row then, Campo second. Revs go up. We haven't even got lights on the hit go now. Let's see how they get on off the start then. Oh, we've got a jump start from a few drivers. It's not affected them too badly. There's no chaos. Footer leads then. Ricky J slots himself into second position. Captain Pugwash is into third. They hit the infield section. Oh, we've got some outbraking going on. We've got some chaos. Drivers have hit that little inside part of the wall. Tyre slayer, front end damage, rear end damage, Skippy as well. Oh no, tyre slayer's got away without any damage, but Skippy's got all the damage. He must have taken the ringer out of the seat. Damage will repair itself, but it's going to cost him for a few seconds. For the leads then. Ricky J's gone far too hot into there. He's outbraked himself. Puts Mocky Weeks into second. Captain Pugwash into third. Dylan in fourth. Manny fifth. Pilgrim sixth. Campo in seventh. Tyre Slayer in eighth. Obi-Wan ninth. Skippy in 10th. Ricky J in 11th. Almost getting the exit of the infield section wrong there as well. Big gaps already at halfway through lap one. Into this tricky chicane as well. Carry a lot of speed into this one. Campo out through there. I think Tyre Slayer may have put a little bit too much brake on. It's caught Campo out. It's allowed Obi to close the gap up. Skippy's a long way back at the minute, 3.8 seconds. Ricky J even further, 6.3 seconds. A lot of work to do then. Footer still leads by almost a second. Back onto this infield section. That Pilgrim going deep. Stayed out of the wall. Oh, not this time. Pilgrim gets it backwards at the hairpin. Puts him down to 10th then, just Ricky J behind him now. In first, then a full second ahead of Mockin. Captain Pugwash got a bit of a drift on coming out of there. He's held on to it, but it's slowed him down in his chase for second position. He's picked up a penalty as well. Must have run himself a little bit too far off track. Dylan under all sorts of threat from Manny. Both on the back end of Captain Pugwash down here. Chicane again, just have to drop all your speed off through there. Almost looking like they were going to go for the move, but it's a little bit too far back. Dylan gets a good exit. He's up the inside of Captain Pugwash on the exit of that corner. On board with Manny, he should get this position off of Captain Pugwash when Pugwash loses this penalty. As you can see, that yellow line filling up. He's going to lose that when he hits these two yellow markers. Boom, brakes go on, loses all that speed. And he just able to cruise past him. Back into this infield section. Dylan pulls across the track in front of Manny as Manny sticks the brakes on. And that's allowed Captain Pugwash back into the fight. So I'm not sure whether Dylan got that one a little bit wrong there. Just it's a little bit wide through there as well. Slight mistakes setting in then. Side through there, it's a tricky corner to go side by side through. Captain Pugwash still involved in this fight. There is Obi-Wan tucked onto the back end of this battle now as well. Apologies, we've missed the swap for the lead. Mocking Weeks then has managed to get his way past Footer. Possibly a mistake by Footer looking at the gaps already. Falls into the clutches of Mockin, and he's only a second ahead of Dylan here, so yeah, possibly a mistake. Mockin to fire his way past. 1.5 seconds up the road for him now. No tow for anybody else behind. Campo there with a penalty as well. Tyre Slayer 10th. Ricky J, too bad, 5 seconds back, 4.7. Third of the way through this race then. Mocking Weeks leads 2.3 seconds now. They are all getting turn one very, very wrong here. Dylan struggling to get the power down in that Porsche without the rear tyres lighting up. Manny can't keep the thing on the track. A lot of tyre wear going on. He has picked up a penalty due to that off-track action. Oh, he gets it sideways through there as well. Captain Pugwash has made a mistake. Why do I just think... I did see that Obi-Wan from 8th to 4th. Where the bloody hell have you come from, sir? He's found his way through the field somewhere, Obi. He's into 4th position, right on the tail of Dylan and Fudder. These two battling it out for 2nd. Dylan now with the inside line through this big banked left-hander. Gets his way past Fudder 3rd then. Obi in tow range now. Fudder has another look back at Dylan. Coming up towards this tricky chicane then. Side by side for these two on the run into there. Dylan and Obi getting a better exit through there than Fudder. Dylan holds on to that 2nd. Obi slots his way into 3rd then. Fudder drops to 4th. Obi closing back up on Dylan here as well. Piling that pressure on him when they come into this infield section. Dylan's had to lock that thing up coming into this first turn. Fudder's right on the rear end of these two still as well. Almost up the inside there for Obi. This battle will just be helping Mocking Weeks out in front. That gap up front must be getting bigger. Let's go and have a look. It is 4.2 seconds. Halfway through race 2 then. Another fastest lap for Mockin. He got fastest lap in race 1 as well. Reasonably easy at the minute, Mockin. Obi's got it all wrong. He's gone from 3rd down to 8th again. Mistake coming out of the infield section somewhere. So Fudder back into 3rd, then Captain Pugwash into 4th. Is he? Manny just fires his way past him, but Captain Pugwash, an absolute blinding manoeuvre on the way out and fires his way back into that 4th position. Manny running himself off track by the looks of it. Picks himself up half a second penalty. Skippy in 6th, Pilgrim 7th. A lot of off-track action here in these Porsches. Obi in 8th, Campo 9th, also holding a full 2nd penalty. Tyre Slayer in 10th, Ricky J 11th. And then still 4.8 seconds back in 2nd. Big gap developed then between himself and Mockin. Lots of clear air for Mockin to play with, 2/3 of the way through this race. Fudder holding 3rd, 3.2 seconds ahead of Captain Pugwash. He's got his own problems though. Manny and him have been having a battle for that 4th position for a few laps. Down towards the chicane then. This is where Manny likes to drive himself off track. He's having a look around the outside. Gets it right this time, just carries the speed around the outside of Captain Pugwash, slots his way back into 4th then. Captain Pugwash in 5th, Skippy now behind him. and within tow range. He'll be dragging Pilgrim along as well, just, I think. Still gaining a tow off of Manny. In front is Captain Pugwash, so should be alright. Coming into turn 1. All over the back of him though, coming into that one. Pilgrim just outside of that tow range for these two. But it is kicking off here between Captain Pugwash and Skippy. Not sure what happened there with Captain Pugwash. His car stopped dead. No idea. Pilgrim 7th, then half a second back now. Obi-Wan trying to gain anything from this race. He started quite near the back, worked his way through to 4th, and then decided he didn't like that position. Going back down to 8th. Campo, no penalty on board for him. Tyre Slayer 10th. Ricky J in 11th. Again, just been a bit tricky again, these Porsches. Been a bit of a tricky combination with this particular circuit. Weeks there, finds himself with half a second penalty. Again, he is far enough in front, 5.3 seconds ahead of Dylan. He won't be after losing that penalty, it'll be a bit down to about 4.3. As they come into turn 1 then, that gap drops to 4.3 exactly. So even though it says half a second penalty, you do end up losing about a second. It's not quite worked itself out yet. So Dylan's still on the hunt for this first then, 6 seconds he's got to make up. So how did Mockin? Oh, that's why, because Dylan's driving himself off track. Say, how did Mockin get a penalty, lose it, and still be further ahead of Dylan than before? That'll be why, because Dylan has been driving off-road a little bit. 7.3 seconds the gap then. Footer 2.7 back in 3rd. Skippy in 4th, another 3 seconds back. Manny behind him in 5th, 2 seconds behind. We've got Pilgrim and Captain Pugwash and Obi. 4-way battle then for 5th. Big gap back to Tyre Slayer, 16.3 seconds. Campo another 8 seconds behind him. And Ricky J got his way onto the rear end of Campo. Be on for a position change here yet then. 14 minutes, just 1 minute left to go in race 2. Rocky Weeks leads 7.6 seconds. His final lap then, Mockin. Dylan in 2nd, not pulled any time back. Gaps all over the place then. Real battle is about here. Footer, Pilgrim, bumper to bumper. A bit of bump drafting coming into turn 1. Has it affected either of them? Oh, Manny having to get that thing absolutely locked up to hold that one on track. Unfortunately, even with the bump drafting, has allowed Captain Pugwash and Obi to get back onto the rear end of them. It's going to be a final lap battle then for these boys. Forward with Obi. Oh, deep for Obi, deep for Obi. That's his race in the bin. We'll finish 8th. We've got Tyre Slayer who has crossed the line. He takes 9th. We've got Ricky J who's come in 10th. Campo who takes 11th. Rocky Weeks up towards the chicane then. Should be easy for him. feathering that throttle all the way through there. Penalty or not, he's far enough in front now, it wouldn't even matter. Footer and Skippy. Footer not getting high. A great chicane there. Skippy has managed to slot his way into third, whether he holds it or not. Mocking is going to come through though to take race 2 win here convincingly. Dylan's going to come home in second. Skippy, does he hold that third? Footer looking to get it off him up towards the line. Sticks one back up the inside. It's going to be absolutely bumper to bumper. Oh, it is Footer that takes it. Footer that takes it. Skippy comes home in fourth. Manny takes fifth. Pilgrim 6th. Captain Pugwash in 7th. Obi comes home in 8th. Tyre Slayer 9th. Campo 10th and Ricky J in 11th, I think. Or did those two swap positions as well? Ricky J 10th, Campo in 11th. There you go. Here it is, Mocking Week's fastest lap again in race 2. Skippy and Footer right up to the line. That was a great bit of battling that was between those two. And now we've got race 3 coming up, which is the Alfa Romeo Giuliana. So I think we drop onto road tyres as well for this one, and we're at Tokyo SCCs. That's south counterclockwise. It's got to be, isn't it? There it is, Tokyo Expressway. So we'll see. They've got no opportunity to run themselves off track here. There is nowhere to run off track, as you can see. Steel, concrete. That's all they've got to play with here. No runoff, no grass. But I don't know how much practice they've had in these Giulianas. Let's have a quick look at some liveries on these, shall we? Got a Vauxhall Vectra. Even though it's a Alfa Giuliana. I don't know who that is in the back seat. They don't look very well. Got the Fanta wagon. Apologies for the camera when it gets too close to the side of the track or hits any of these barriers. Look, it can't cope. It can't realise that the camera is not attached to anything and should just be able to go through it. So you get a bit of that. Oh, we got some standard grey going on. Some bullet holes in the side of this one. Because race car. Oh, it's not though, is it? It's just ploughed into a wall. Got big wings put on and everything. Still, he's managed to find a Christmas livery. Still. You know that's Captain Pugwash. Weeks sat in the pits. Pilgrim just leaving us. I don't know who Andy is either. Rocking there, Monster. Yeah, Monster Energy. It's got the BGW on the rear. That's not the line, Campo. Use those walls. So, a couple of minutes till race 3 then. As you can see, we're at Tokyo South counterclockwise in these Alfa Romeo Giulias. Are they Giulias? I thought they were Giulianas. Alright. Let's do a lap with a pug wash, shall we? So, not a very long start-finish straight. Across the line then, down towards turn 1. Pretty much 90-degree left-hander. Let's get this thing sideways on the way in, okay. Opportunity for overtakes down here. Down the hill, slight kick to the left as we run towards the shipping container area. And again, opportunities for an overtake into this particular corner, hopefully without causing too much chaos. You get you out of braking wrong here, it can literally cause chaos with cars spinning around all over the place. Not the easiest of corners to get around anyway. As you can see, big long sweeping right-hander into that left on the kick out. A little bit of a straight down towards this right-hander. Just got to feather it on the way through there. Then opportunities, you can get a position or two down here if you can get a good run on a driver, but you have got to be absolutely brave. Get side by side through these S's. And again, with these sports tyres, I just don't think that's going to happen. They haven't got the grip to carry the speed through. They're just sliding around all over the place. And in towards this hairpin then, under the bridge, that is the pit entrance just there. It is halfway around this circuit. Pit exit just on the left and then back up the hill. Through the little kinks. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we'll go for a hairpin. Handbrake. So reverse grid for race 3 then. Campo at the front, Ricky J 2nd, Tyre Slayer 3rd, Obi 4th, Captain Pugwash in 5th, Pilgrim 6th, Manny 7th, Skippy in 8th. We've got Fudder 9th, Dylan in 10th, and Mockin in 11th. Lights go out then. Oh, we've got a stander at the back. Who's that? Fudder. Literally didn't go anywhere off the line. Stand still. Back of the field then, Campo round turn 1, he has got a Ricky J up the inside. Ricky J has lost the rear end of his Giulia. Oh my god, he's lost the front end, he's lost the back end, he's lost all the ends of that car. Gets it pointing in the right direction now, but a long way back again. So coming into this tricky corner, oh, this is where it's going to be dangerous. Lots of drivers coming in there together. Reasonably clean on the way through. Little bit of bumping. Still some sideways action. Manny just getting a little bit too much of a drift on through there, I think. Lighting those rears up, and I think he was just helped round by another driver. I don't know who, because it was a bit chaotic through there. So positions have changed all over the place. Obi then into the lead of the race. Tyre Slayer 2nd, Skippy 3rd, Pilgrim 4th, Captain Pugwash in 5th, Mocking Week 6th. Again, just looking to drive around the outside there of Dylan. Mocking in 7th, then Fudder in 8th. Campo 9th, Ricky J 10th, Manny in 11th. Position swapping here as well. Mocking having a look at the inside of Dylan into the hairpin. made it work. Got Captain Pugwash on his tail as well. So back up front then, Obi starting to pull a bit of a gap, 1.8 seconds over Skippy. Tyre Slayer's bashed into the wall. Oh, Mocking Weeks has got a drift on out of there as well. He's just pinned it into the wall. So Julia's look like they're a little bit of a handful. Rear wheel drive. Looks like they're lighting their rear tyres up, that's for sure. Tyre Slayer 5th then. Pugwash in 6th. Campo 7th. Footer in 8th. Ricky J in 9th. Mocking Weeks back up to speed in 10th. Manny in 11th. Really don't like going around corners, these things, do they? Manny not too far off the back, only 3 seconds. See, these things are not the easiest to drive, so there's bound to be more mistakes from the drivers in front of him. Let's see what he can make of it. Obi then leading, still at that 1.8 seconds. Oof, not so much anymore. I'll say that as Skippy bashes it into the wall as well. That's going to allow Pilgrim to close up on the pair of them. He didn't bash it into the wall. Closes up on Skippy. Skippy lit the rears up coming out of there as well. Pilgrim's all over the back of him running up the hill. Nowhere to go through these S's, but he might have a chance on the exit of these onto that start-finish straight. He's had to have a couple of stabs at that through there. The bullet train right about now. Skippy then pulls over to the left hand side, goes slightly defensive into turn 1. No real need. Pilgrim not that close. Oh, he's gone for the Driftertron into it. Skippy's got that one all wrong. It hasn't worked out in Pilgrim's favour. He's still got a bit of work to do though. 3 seconds behind race leader Obi. Kick it off behind, Skippy trying to defend. Dylan trying to scoop one up the inside, but it didn't work that time. Tyre Slayer in 5th then, having a race of his own at the minute. Footer in 6th, side by side with Mocking Weeks into that turn. There is Ricky J in the background. Come on, why won't it flick to Mocking Weeks? He was getting it all wrong. All sorts of sideways coming into the shipping containers. He's lost all that time to Footer. Oh, I was just going to say he's put himself under pressure from Ricky J, but Ricky J bashes it into the wall on the exit of that turn. Manny starting to make up some positions. Captain Pugwash has ploughed it into a wall somewhere. He's dropped himself to 10th. He's got Campo behind him. Obi then clear track. Just making light work of it at the minute. Nearly 6 minutes in, and he's got himself an almost 4-second lead over Pilgrim. Dylan getting that thing sideways to try and point it in the right direction. Slams him into the wall though. 2.2 seconds behind Pilgrim. Still got 1.3 over Skippy as well. Behind him. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Pilgrim's got it all wrong onto the way into the S's. It's brought Dylan right on his rear end and Skippy. Dylan gets a good exit side by side with Pilgrim through there. Past him already. And Skippy will be getting a tow down here as well. way back. Not close enough to make a move down towards the shipping containers, I don't think. He's got too much of a toe off of Dylan in front, just pulling him out of that danger zone of Skippy behind him. Skippy goes a bit deep through there. Dylan holds second, Pilgrim third. Wall damage through there as well for Dylan, I think. Skippy's found himself with half a second penalty as well. What a shame. Tyre Slayer 5th, Mockywheat 6th, Footer in 7th, Manny in 8th, J 9th, Captain Pugwash in 10th, Campo unfortunately in 11th, 3.3 seconds down. A little bit of damage on that car as well. He's found a few of the walls here tonight then, Campo. Inch perfect again for Obi. Not quite inch perfect for Dylan. Oh, Pilgrim gets a slide on coming out of there. Skippy, even with his half a second penalty, firing up behind Pilgrim. Can he find a way past? Tricky through the S's. Gonna have this half a second penalty to lose on the exit of these corners anyway. But needs to get as close to Pilgrim as he can, so even if he does have to lose that penalty, oh, forget that. Forget it. I'll just pin him into the wall. Loses his penalty there then. Back up to speed, Pilgrim. It's overtaken by Mockingweek's Tyre Slayer coming up on him fast as well. So I'm not sure whether Pilgrim had already got that wrong, similar to that, you know, whether he tried to slide it into the corner and it's just caught out Skippy, who's given a tiny little bit of a nudge, or whether it was a full-on pin. Deep through there as well. Struggling to get this thing pointed in the right direction is Pilgrim. Footer stuck in a traffic jam at the minute. Oh, Pilgrim's lit it up. Footer has managed to get past him. J and Manny pretty much bumper to bumper. Bit of a penalty to lose for Manny. Just seen Campo getting it wrong in the background again, unfortunately. Captain Pugwash now having a race of his own. He's now braked himself a little bit into the shipping containers there, I think. Obi, what have you done to yourself? What have you done to yourself? Comfortably in first. Handed it to Dylan. 7.5 seconds on the road for Dylan now. Oh, Skippy fast through there to clip the wall. Obi's all over the back of him coming through here, looking to get past him. Almost side by side through this final corner. Little battle just helping Mockingweek stick with them. Just outside that tow range at the minute, Mocking. Now we see Obi have a little look up the inside. Skippy closes the door, side by side. A little bit rough through there, Skips. Almost pushing Obi into the wall. Wasn't able to make it work that time, Obi. Chase back on. Mockingweek still just out of that tow range. Just over a second between him and Obi in front. Obi finds his way up the inside through the shipping containers. Keeps it out of the wall on the exit as well. Mockingweeks brings himself onto the rear end of Skippy. He's found himself with a half a second penalty himself though. We'll have to lose that on that start finish straight. Tyre Slayer 3.1 seconds behind them. Footer another 8 seconds back. Pilgrim 3.2 seconds back. Ricky J another 2 seconds behind him. Manny's another 1.7 seconds back. Captain Pugwash is 3 seconds behind him. Campo another 20 seconds back. All working out for Dylan then in race 3. Two and a half minutes left. Definitely having to throw these things sideways into some of these corners, make them go round them how they want. So not quite final lap, I don't think, for Dylan. He might see one more. Obi's got his way into second. He's got plenty of space between him and Skippy now, full second. Rocking Weeks has not taken full advantage of that. Still 1.5 seconds behind Skippy. No toe for you then. Tyre Slayer still 5th. Footer 6th. Pilgrim 7th. Ricky in 8th. Manny 9th. Captain Pugwash 10th. Campo 11th. Yeah, not many battles really going on track. This is kind of the closest. Skippy going deep through there. Desperate to bring that time down, just needs that toe on one of these straights. He is just within toe range now, heading down towards this right-hander. Needs to have a good exit. Follow him through the S's, still gaining that toe. And he's done it. Gap coming down then. Still just getting a toe off of Obi as well. They're all closing up, coming back down towards this hairpin at the bottom. Obi having to go defensive. Rocking Weeks has a little look. Oh, he's got his braking all wrong. He's had to stick the anchors on while he lets Skippy get this thing pointed back in the right direction. And Obi just disappears off into the distance while Tyre Slayer catches up on the pair of them. Just coming in a tiny bit too hot there for Mockin. Luckily he's got away without any damage or a penalty. So Dylan down towards the line, starts another lap. So Obi will be the first driver to finish. Except maybe Campo. Obi takes second, then Skippy comes home in 3rd position. Rocking Weeks right behind him for 4th. Tyre Slayer takes 5th. Footer will take 6th position. Ricky J coming home in 7th. Pilgrim, a bit battered and bruised in that one, comes home in 8th. Pugwash takes 9th. Manny comes home in 10th. Campo. Oh, Campo, you crossed the line a second too early, didn't you? He was parked at the line waiting for it to flick to the 15 minutes. Crossed the line a little bit too early. I think seeing Dylan come around the corner just made him have a little bit of a jump start at that one. And unfortunately, he's had to stick himself round for another lap. So Dylan's got a little bit of a glory lap all to himself. Handed the win by Obi-Wan's departure. Getting his drift on the exit of the hairpin. Campo actually following him up there. See why I want to give him the ban hammer. All right, Dylan. All right, this is not Fast and Furious, damn it. his drift on. There he goes, taking the win then in race 3. And yeah, we still just wait for Campo. So he also got a little bit of a glory lap, but unfortunately for last place, not first. There he is, Dylan on the top spot then for the final race tonight. So don't go anywhere, people. I've got a little bit of a announcement to make. Got to find it. So that was tonight's races done and dusted. Not as clean as I'd have hoped. NSXs were obviously a bit tricky. Porsches were obviously a little bit tricky, and these things were obviously a goddamn handful as well. Lots of sideways, backwards action in these. But we have got, if I can figure this out, boom. So that's what we've got coming up then, peeps. We've got Battle of the Groups Volume 2. I don't know which groups are in it yet, but you'll know when I know. So we've got 4 different cars. We've got the GR4 Megane, the GR4 Ferrari, got the GR3 Lamborghini, wow, found some fluff. Whatever that last car was, because I was nearly choking to death. So yeah, the Battle of the Groups are coming up in a couple of weeks' time. We've got 3 more weeks left of this on the run up to the new year. All the new rounds are starting in the new year as well, so when I get full confirmation of those, I'll post those up on the page. But yeah, we've got Battle of the Groups Volume 2 coming up. But outside of that, 3 more weeks of this. Battle of the Groups coming up. We've got, I think there's going to be another Sunday and another Thursday league from the P1 boys. The DK10 Sim Racing chatting to me as well. So there's going to be another Monday night league coming up in the new year. And I'm also hearing rumours of the next GTTCC. So keep your ears to the ground for that as well. So plenty coming up in 2025. Again, still a couple more rounds of the pick and mix, which you've been watching tonight. And then we jump to the new year with the new rounds. So stick around, people. Plenty to watch, and keep your eye on. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me tonight. I hope you like what you've watched, people. If you have, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. But outside of that, what you want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.